Next match we're going to talk about is Jamie Hayter defending the AEW Women's World Championship against Saraya and Ruby Soho. I think it's hard to argue right now that Jamie Hayter is the best women's wrestler in North America. I think Ruby Soho is a good professional wrestler. And if you've been listening to the MrWarrenHayes show and the Dynamite reviews right here, subscribe. You won't miss those if you got no more excuse. You know that I'm starting to get, I'm starting to feel down on Saraya and her contributions to All Elite Wrestling. First and foremost, again, anyone who knows me knows very clearly what I'm going to say here next. There's no shock. I'm bummed that this is a triple threat, a three-way. Don't call it a triple threat. I'm bummed that this is what they're doing for a singles title. I'm not a fan of it. I feel like Saraya is being shoehorned into this for the angle, whereas a Jamie Hayter Ruby Soho match would have been perfectly acceptable in my eyes and would have had a lot more interest. But now the fact that it's a triple threat, that Saraya is in there, that she's probably going to have her ass carried in this match, I'm a little down on it. And I feel like I'm fearing that this AEW original / don't call them former WWE women angle that they have going is going to take center stage here and is going to distract from the match. Not that AEW has a tendency to do it, but you'll notice that there's been a lot of smoke and mirrors when it comes to Saraya. Been trying to cover up a lot of her weaknesses. Like Saraya is she came into prominence in WWE wrestling a certain style, and she hasn't grown out of it. And I will hammer this home to the end of time. The women in AEW who get themselves over are not mic workers, because there is legitimately, if we're being completely honest with each other, there is one great promo artist in the women's division in AEW, and that is Britt Baker. And Britt Baker she's on an island. She's special. She may not have the work rate of a Jamie Hayter or a Hikaru Shida or a Serena Deeb, but she got herself over because she's a superstar. She's on an island. She's on her own. I think she's a good professional wrestler. I think she's very competent. But what do all of the three other women, at different intervals, we're all over in this company. We're all over with the fans. Riho, what do they all have in common? Work rate. The AEW audience is an audience that appreciates good in-ring, good work rate. Why do you think Jamie Hayter got herself over the way she did? Because she got into a ring and she wrestled. She dominated. She looks, acts, performs like a professional wrestler. That's how she got herself over. Not because of her mic skills. Now they're giving her the mic. Now they're letting her flex her promo muscles a little more. And that's awesome. And ultimately, this is what AEW fans want out of their wrestlers. They want workers. Why do you think we've been clamoring for an alternative all this time? It's not to get the same thing. So Hayter, Ruby comes in with, experience baggage as well. She was already beloved, and Saraya did too. But I think she's burnt up a lot of goodwill with very questionable in-ring and sloppy segments. And there'll be one that hits, and then there'll be others where you're like, so, I was talking about Bill of Goods on the review this week. I'm still at that spot. And it bothers me because I feel I wanted the Saraya thing to work. Again, if you didn't listen to the review, I'm not going to go into detail. I'm not going to hammer this home again, but I feel like Saraya never had a chance to go out to retire in the way that befitted her, because she was a superstar. Let's put it that way. She was dictated by WWE and a dude saying, no, you can't wrestle anymore. She was like, no, I can't. Said, no, you can't. We got nothing for you, pal. Creative's got nothing for you. So what does she do? Takes matters in her own hands. It's like, I'm going to go out my own way. Good for her. Good for her. Not saying that she absolutely is going to retire within a year, but the point is that she gets control of her legacy, right? She takes control of it, removes control of her legacy from Vince McMahon and is like, I'm going to take things into my own hands. And I'm wondering if this was a good idea because I wanted this to work. I wanted Saraya to have a fantastic run, and this isn't it. So, am I completely done and buried with her? No. I think what she's been doing right now is not very good. Is there a way to salvage it? Maybe. I'm going to keep an open mind. I think she has value, but I don't think she's being used to her strengths. And when it comes to her in-ring work in AEW, there's a lot of things that she does that doesn't fly here. So look, we're in the triple threat here. I don't see, why would you have Jamie Hayter drop the title? I don't think that there's nothing here to indicate that should happen other than, is Ruby Soho there to take the pin and Jamie Hayter continues to look strong? And I'm 100% turning on this idea of you have to keep someone looking strong. I'm 100% turning against it. I think it's a terrible, short-sighted, poor booking. Awful booking. The more you think about it, the less it makes sense. If you have to keep everyone strong, don't book the match. No one really gets over. Look, we don't have any proof. We don't have any real precedent, I don't recall, of some kind of swerve booking like this. Like, everything points to Jamie retaining the title. And I think she should continue because right now she's the best worker in the women's division. She's one of the best women's wrestlers. She's the best women's wrestler in North America right now. I think it's difficult to disagree. They kept the belt on women, on other women much longer, going through much more of the division before having them drop. I think she can. I don't think this reign comes to an end here, but I feel like we may get overshadowed. I think we may get overshadowed by all this faction war going on.